name is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. So I have not done any book content in like a while. I haven't done any content in a while. I took a little bit of a break, not because I felt like not because of making videos. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed from making videos, so like I need to take a break. It wasn't that. It was just life. Things that I was going through that I was like, you know what, YouTube is not a priority right now. So I kind of took a step back from that, but I'm doing a lot better. So I did want to share with you guys some of the books that this series that I really love now, and I have like 2 new books that I want to read soon, but I wanted to show you guys the books that I have already read, and they are from the Curvy Girls series, the Curvy Girls Club by Kelsie Stelting. These are the books. And this is just the first friend group. So there's a lot of these books. So in order, it's Curvy Girls Can't Date Quarterbacks, which is how the whole friend group gets together, how everything starts off. All of these are very like curvy girl positive. They are by no means saying like to be unhealthy or anything. They're not promoting being unhealthy. They actually promote being healthy, just not hating your body. The book was so good. Basically all of the books are the love story of everybody in this specific friend group. This one actually starts out with a bet that Rory can get Beckett to fall in love with her. She has actually always liked Beckett, but the mean girl in the stories tells her like, you're so fat and nobody would ever want you, and you're a pig and you're this and that and all this stuff. And so she's like, whatever, like I can get him, you know, bet basically. And so there's always like an underlying more serious thing going on at home with all of these. Like Rory's underlying thing is that her mom like fat shames her a lot and makes her feel like she's not good enough, and she makes her feel really bad about herself. And Beckett has a dad who is just very busy and like really just too busy for him. Their little love story is so cute. I love their story. I think that in some ways their story is probably one of my favorites, not my top favorite, but one of my favorites. I really liked the dynamic between both of them. Also, she finds out that she has PCOS, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I kind of feel like I have that. So it was just interesting to like see it talked about in a book. And it's like something that I can kind of relate to. But yeah, I really liked it, and they are not spicy at all. There's like little things said here and there, like about how they look in their football pants or something. Like it's like dumb stuff like that like is not like that big of a deal. Yeah, so that is this book, and it was really good. The second one is Curvy Girls Can't Date Billionaires. Jordan is a housekeeper with her mom, and they start cleaning Kai. They start cleaning Kai's house. Him and his dad are like billionaires, so it's like poor girl, rich guy. She hates him really at first, but then she ends up really liking him. and they end up really liking each other, but they can't be together because neither of their parents want them together. I like their story. I think their story is really good. This is Curvy Girls Can't Date Cowboys. This is probably one of my favorites, only because I'm kind of in like I would love to like date a little cowboy, like Western guy. That's so embarrassing. I don't know, like something about that's like kind of intriguing to me recently. So like I really liked this one. I liked the dynamic between the two because you can actually tell at the very beginning that they both like each other, but the businesses that their families are in are completely clash against each other. And the mom has some really strong beliefs, and the guy, the work that he does goes against everything that the mom really believes in. And the way that they kind of go from enemies to lovers, like they go from like liking each other to enemies to lovers. And I will say they all have the third act breakup. They all have it. You know what's coming. You know the structure of what's going to happen. You already know. You know what's coming. But you still read it because it's just so good. You still read it because it's just so good. It's so good. And I really, really enjoyed this one. The underline thing with Ginger is her parents are very, very controlling of her and just all of her time and everything. She got some like really bad asthma attacks, and so now they're very like protective of her. And Ray is the guy that she likes. He has a lot of responsibilities in his home because he doesn't have his dad. His dad passed away, and so now basically he's like the man of the house, and so he has a lot to take care of. So the next one is Curvy Girls Can't Date Bad Boys. This is Zara's story. She is the daughter of a famous movie producer. He wants to do an arranged marriage for her. She fights against it a lot, but he has decided that he wants her to marry somebody who has like a status and is pretty well off and everything. And they are very well off, but he wants her to be with somebody that's very well off as well. And it's a very interesting dynamic. So Zara is fully against the arranged marriage thing. She doesn't want to be in an arranged marriage. She wants to marry for love. But she feels like her dad is kind of like treating her like a thing or like an object instead of a person. And she hates that, and she doesn't have her mom. So, you know, really it's just like her dad. Her dad's the only one that was really there for her. So she just has her dad, right? And she meets Ronan, who doesn't have a dad, but well, he had his stepdad who was not very good to him, and they kind of connect on that, and they connect on just being both wanting out of where they're at, if that makes sense, and like just wanting better for their lives and better for themselves. And they actually have the spiciest book, because although it doesn't describe anything like vulgar, they do allude to them doing the deed, if you know what I mean. So yeah. They have the spiciest story, but they only have that because of how much they've connected. And like they've connected on so much deep stuff that like it just brought them to that point of like wanting to be there with each other, if that makes sense. And I don't agree with it, but I also can understand it from a worldly perspective, and I still thoroughly enjoyed the book. The last one you're waiting for this one from book one. I will just say, you are waiting for this story from book one. You are waiting for it. And it was amazing. I love this one. I love this one. I think I love it so much because I was in such anticipation for it. I was like waiting to see what was going to happen with these two. This one is about Carson and Callie. They have actually been friends ever since they were little. Carson has the worst backstory. The worst of the worst backstory ever. And it's so sad, but it's like part of what really brought them together as friends. And Callie, in the other books, you don't really get this vibe. But in this book, you kind of get the vibe that, like, she's just very spoiled. And, like, she also just, like, is a little self-centered. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay. Maybe that's not anybody else's opinion, but that's kind of my opinion because, like, there's just certain things that happen in the book that I'm like, girl, like, you're literally only thinking about yourself. Like, you're not even thinking about Carson. And, I don't like it. I'm very pro Carson. I love him. But her underlying issue is that, like, she really did like Carson a lot, but she never felt like he liked her back, or she never thought that he could ever like her. So then she decides that she likes her brother's best friend, and she decides she wants to go after him. Plot twist, Carson has liked her the entire time, which you can kind of tell throughout the other books. Like, you can tell that he likes her, but they just won't admit it to each other. And, like, the girls are always telling her that. They're like, he likes you. Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. But he does. And so it's kind of like a fake dating trope in here. And it's so good. It's so good. The third act breakup, though, is, like, rough. It's very rough. It's heartbreaking, actually. But so good. So good. I love it. I will say that, like, these books are, like, weirdly intense in some aspects. Like, the first book, Rory, everybody's mad at her because she kind of was being very self-centered in her book as well, and she gets cupcakes thrown at her. like the school, like, people at school start throwing cupcakes at her, and, like, I just think that that's insane. Like, this mean girl got all the people at a football game to throw cupcakes at her. Like, who does that? I can't even imagine. Like, that's so crazy. And so, yeah, there's, like, some, like, weirdly intense things. Not, like, intense, but, like, intense for, like, a romance book. Like, a YA romance. Like, they're kind of intense. I don't know. Intense in my opinion. Anyways. But yeah, these are the ones that I read so far. I truly, you guys, really enjoy those books because they're so positive about, like, the curvy girls that, honestly, when I was reading them, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know what? I could get a man if I wanted. Like, they kind of, like, weirdly gave me, like, confidence, and, like, just made me feel really good about myself. And not that, like, you should stay big, you know, but, like, there's some people that's just their body right now, and, like, instead of being in the moment and, like, hating yourself, you should, like, love yourself and see that, like, your worth and your value doesn't go away just because you're bigger. And, like, these guys in these stories are like, I like the curves and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. But yeah, they're really cute books. I really like them. And They actually are some of my favorite books now because I really, really like, I think because there are so many books and like I went through this whole process of seeing all of their stories that I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool. Okay, I have the entire series except for one book. So I'm going to show you the other one. Okay, so this is the other half of this series. This is all of the books. Like I said, minus one. And so I'm going to go through them with you guys real quick. So I am so excited to read this one. This is the very last one, but this is the Curvy Girls Club All Grown Up, and it's about all the original girls. I want to just read it already, but like I'm wondering if like any of the other girls are going to be in it, and like if they allude to something in the books. Like I don't want to know yet. I want to read the books. So I'm going to wait until I finish all the books and then I'm going to read that one. But, okay, so these are out of order. This is Curvy Girls Can't Date Bullies. And this one I know is about Ginger's sister because they do like a like a sneak peek into the book at the end of every book. You get a sneak peek into the next book. So at the end of Best Friends, Curvy Girls Can't Date Best Friends, they give you like a little sneak peek into this book. And so this is about Ginger's sister, and I'm really excited. So it says Riker is at the top of Emerson Academy food chain, and he uses his power to remind everyone of just how powerless they are. Until now. When I see him picking on the most innocent girl in school for her weight, I snap. Ignoring him is no longer enough. No, my friends and I are going to make him pay. He's going down as the hottest mess Emerson Academy has ever seen, and I'm going to be the one lighting the flame. Well, I'm guessing that's not going to go very well. So this one is the next one. Curvy Girls Can't Dance. Emerson Academy is one of the most prestigious dance companies in the country, and I got kicked off the team right before nationals because my curves don't fit. Not their idea of a perfect dancer's body, definitely not their costume. I'm going to enter the competition on my own and show them that every body is a dancer's body. It will mean practicing in the gym with the bodybuilders, but I can shove my nerves and my attraction to Carter McCormick aside long enough to win. My reputation and my future depend on it. So the first half, the first group of friends, the Curvy Girls Club, they came together because they were all helping Rory to win the bet that she made with, I can't remember the mean girl's name, but they came together because they were trying to help her win that bet. And so I'm assuming the next friend group probably comes together in this one where they're trying to make the bully pay for what he's done. And then it just goes on and like gives you the other girls' stories. So yeah, so that's the next one. And then this one is Curvy Girls Can't Date Soldiers. I spent my whole life trying to not get bullied for my frizzy hair, my freckles, the white patches on my black skin, and the gap in my teeth. Not to mention the extra 100 pounds I have on most of my classmates. So when my soldier pen pal wants to see a picture of me, I freak. I send him a picture of one of the it girls and move on. The odds of me meeting him in person are less than 0 until I start to feel more about him than just a pen pal should. He says that he feels the same way, but when he wants to meet me, I have a huge problem. How can I put my heart on the line when I can't even show my face? Oh my gosh. It's giving Sierra Burgess is The Biggest Loser. Have y'all ever seen that movie? Because it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I relate to that movie so much. It's actually kind of insane. So that looks really interesting. Okay, so the next one is Curvy Girls Can't Date Princes. A real life prince, like of a country, and he's not one of those ugly with big teeth that girls only like because he's royal. No, he's hot, on fire. I'm drooling just thinking about him. But that's the problem, because the only reason my parents took him in is because they don't think there's any way a guy like him can have a crush on a girl like me. Oh my gosh, that's so rude. I'm going to prove them wrong. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure out a way to make Leopold Williams fall for me before I cross the graduation stage. Interesting. The next one is Curvy Girls Can't Date Rock Stars. And this one says, singing is my life, but no agency will sign me because of my size. They want me to lose weight, dress differently, be someone other than my size 20 self. They want me to be like Jude Santiago with his perfectly fitted jeans and tight t-shirts and completely sell out. There's no way. There's no way I'm going down that path. And I tell him so publicly on my YouTube channel. But when it gets back to him, he has an agreement. Go on tour with him and see for myself that he's authentic. If I can't, he won't make another album. This will be the sweetest bet I've ever won, or the biggest, most public heartbreak of the century. That one doesn't sound as interesting, but it might be good because I really love music. So, Curvy Girls Can't Date Surfers is the next one. Until I realized said surfer is actually a crusty, rude player who acts like he owns the ocean. I want to forget the encounter ever happened and focus on helping care for my dad, who suffered a brain injury while in the military. I'm out of luck. Jerk Supreme, aka Diego, goes to my new school, and since we're in the same classes, I'll be seeing a lot of his stupid white teeth and mischievous eyes while I do my best to finish my senior year and get my career started. Getting paired with him for a class project was just the icing on the cake, but the more time I spend with him, the more I realize first impressions aren't always true. I'm falling for him, but I need to stay away. Military brats know that everything is temporary. I'll only break his heart. Sounds interesting. Okay, so the last one is Curvy Girls Can't Date Point Guards. And this one says, I would be the picture next to introvert in the dictionary, and I'm fine with that. Until the college counselor says I'm being a loner is keeping me from the sterling recommendation letter that I need to get into my dream marine biology program. So when the basketball team comes to my family's art studio for lessons designed to help them bond, I volunteer to lead them in exchange for a letter from the basketball coach. But when I got to know Terrell more, I find I prefer his company to being alone. The problem is, Terrell lives his life in the limelight, and me, I'm not so sure I can be outside of my shadows. Will she get out of her shadows or not? I was going to say we'll never know, but we just read it and we'll know. Okay, so those are all the Curvy Girl series books. I wanted to show you guys that I just bought these and I can't wait to read them. If you have seen this channel at all, you will know that one of my favorite books is If He Had Been With Me. Let me also show you that I got this special edition of If He Had Been With Me. I love this thing. I love it so much. It is so pretty. Like, look at that. Look at it. It's just so beautiful. And then this is the back. And then the inside. Oh my gosh, you guys. And then the sprayed edges. It's just beautiful. Oh my gosh, like I needed it. I just needed it. And then I saw this one. It's by the same author, Lauren Allen. This is called This Song Is Not For You. And it says, the most important thing is love. Ramona fell for Sam the moment she met him. It was like she had known him forever. He's one of the few constants in her life, and their friendship is just too important to risk for a kiss, though she really wants to kiss him. Sam loves Ramona, but he would never expect her to feel the same way. She's too quirky and cool for someone like him. Still, they complement each other perfectly, both as best friends and as bandmates. That sounds so similar to Callie and Carson in Curvy Girls Can't Date Best Friends. Very similar. Then they meet Tom. Tom makes music too, and he's the band's missing piece. The three quickly become inseparable, except Ramona's falling in love with Tom, but she hasn't fallen out of love with Sam either. How can she be true to herself without losing the very relationship that makes her sing? Sounds interesting. And then the next one is A Wish for Us by Tilly Cole. Tilly Cole wrote 1,000 Boy Kisses and 1,000 Broken Pieces, which 1,000 Boy Kisses is like one of my favorite books. I love that book so much. And it's literally like second to If He Had Been With Me. Like, it is just a beautiful book. I just love it. So I can't wait to read this one. So this is a story of music, a story of healing, a story of love conquering all. 19-year-old Cromwell Dean is the rising star of electronic dance music. Thousands of people adore him, but no one knows him. No one sees the color of his heart until the girl in the purple dress breaks through his walls to the darkness within. After Cromwell leaves behind the gray skies of England to study music in South Carolina heat, the last thing he expects is to see the girl again, and he certainly doesn't expect that she'll stay in his head like a song on repeat, but she does. Bonnie Faraday lives for music. She lets every note into her heart, and she doesn't understand how someone as talented as Cromwell can avoid doing the same. He's hiding from his past, and she knows it. She tries to stay away from him, but something keeps calling her back. Bonnie is the burst of color in Cromwell's darkness. He's the beat that makes her heart skip. But when a shadow falls over Bonnie, it's up to Cromwell to be her light in the only way that he knows how. He must help her find the lost song of her in her fragile heart. He must keep her strong with a symphony only he can compose. A symphony of hope, a symphony of love, a symphony of them. That sounds so cute, you guys. That sounds so sweet. I can't wait to read this book. 1,000 Boy Kisses wrecked me in the best way possible, and I can only hope that this book does the same. And this one, isn't it funny that like they both have to do with music after the book that I read that I loved from them? Like the next ones that I'm reading both have to do with music. Kind of odd. Oh, guys. Okay, I forgot to show you this. So this is the Curvy Girls Club All Grown Up. This is the last book. So it says, life has a way of pulling friends in different directions. Not all of them are good. 5 friends found each other senior year of high school, but things have changed since then. From cross-country moves to demanding school and work schedules, keeping a friendship going is harder than any of them anticipated. But when the beloved Waldo's Diner burns down, they have no choice but to put their differences aside and come together to save it. They have mere weeks to raise enough money to buy it back from a greedy corporation and build it to what it once was. When what started out as a mission to save Waldo's Diner turns into a lesson instead. You can't always go back to the way things were. Some things are meant to change, for better or for worse. It sounds like my heart is going to break. It sounds like my heart is going to break. But I'm very excited. I can't wait to see how they tie the entire story together, what's gonna happen, everything. Like, I can't wait. I did take a little sneak peek, just the smallest sneak peek, and there is a wedding going on somewhere in here, and I think it's Callie and Carson. I think That's my guess. Is it? I don't know, but I want to say that it probably is. So yeah, you guys, that was my little book haul / review. I've been wanting to show you guys those Curvy Girl books for a while, but like I said, I haven't really been making any videos, so I just decided to wait and show you guys now. And yeah, I can't wait to start reading these books, finish them, do some reviews for you guys. The only other book that I've read is, what is it called? Nothing Like the Prom. It's no, Better Than the Prom. Nothing Like the Prom. Something I'll put it here. It's the second book to well, it's like a novella to Better Than the Movies, or Nothing Like the Movies. It's the novella to Nothing Like the Movies. So I think it's Nothing Like the Prom or something like that. And it's basically just the story, the ending, like where they're at prom, and then to the end of the book from Wes's perspective instead of just from Liz's perspective. And it was fine. Like, it wasn't anything like super life-changing. It was still real cutesy and fun and everything, and I loved it. But yeah, it wasn't anything like super crazy, but it was cool, you know. I did buy it. No, did I buy it? I got it on my Kindle, but it was like in German or something, so I had to like sit there and like translate everything and read it that way. So yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm gonna be trying to make some more videos and do like some vlogs in between the like sit down videos. But yeah, so comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff if you want. It's fine. Just make up your mind. Okay. See you guys next time. Bye.